Title: What if your next customer is already waiting, but you are building for the wrong person? Let us start with a question that killed more startups than bad funding. What if Tesla had built the Model 3 for Prius drivers? It sounds logical. Prius owners like electric-ish cars. They care about gas. They are green. So why did not Elon Musk chase them first? Because Tesla understood something most founders miss. Your first customer is not who you think it is. And if you test your product on the wrong potential customer, you will perfect a wrong product. This is part one of a three-part story built for entrepreneurs, the unemployed, the underemployed, and anyone on Social Security trying to ideate a product that actually sells. We are using the Tesla Model 3 as our case study. Not because it is perfect, but because Tesla broke almost every common-sense rule about finding customers and testing products and won. By the end of Part 3, you will have 8 principles Tesla used, 3 deadly mistakes other companies make, and lessons you can apply tomorrow with $0. But first, let us kill a myth. Part 1. Who is a potential customer really? The Tesla heresy. Most business books tell you to find a gap in the market. Tesla did the opposite. They found a gap in the customer's identity. When legacy automakers looked at electric cars before 2012, they saw eco-buyers, small cars, low range, penalty box interiors. Think Nissan Leaf versus Chevy Volt. The logic. Green people will sacrifice performance for the planet. Tesla looked at the same data and asked a different question. What if the first buyers of electric cars are not green people at all? What if they are performance people who hate compromise? That is the first big split. Other companies define potential customers by demographics or problem. Tesla defined them by aspiration. How Tesla identified the Model 3 potential customer. Before the Model 3, Tesla had the Roadster and Model S expensive, flashy. They were not for everyone, but they were bait. Here is why. 1. They did not start with surveys. They started with signals. While Ford was running focus groups asking, "Would you buy an electric car for $35,000?" Tesla watched who was putting $50,000 deposits on a Model S they would never driven. Those people were not EV enthusiasts. They were tech executives, engineers, and early adopters who wanted the future now. They posted YouTube videos. They lined up at stores. They became evangelists. Lesson: your potential customer leaves signals before they leave surveys. Look for behavior, not opinions. 2. They segmented by jobs to be done, not income. A 40-year-old teacher and a 26-year-old software engineer can have the same job. I want to feel like I am driving tomorrow's car without looking like I am driving a science project. Traditional auto companies segmented Model 3 competitors by compact sedan buyers. Tesla segmented by people who want to tell a story about themselves through their car. Compare that to GM with the Chevy Bolt. GM asked, "Who buys $30,000 hatchbacks?" Answer: practical, price-sensitive, fuel-conscious drivers. So they built a practical, slightly weird hatchback. Tesla asked, "Who wants to feel like they are buying an iPhone on wheels?" Different customer, different car. We will unpack all 8 Tesla principles in Part 2. But here is the big idea for today. If you define your potential customer by what they buy today, you will build yesterday's product. If you define them by who they want to become tomorrow, you build the Model 3. How Tesla tested the Model 3 on potential customers. Here is where it gets wild. Tesla never did a traditional market test for the Model 3. No secret clinics in Cleveland with camo-covered cars and free coffee. Instead, Test 1. The Deposit Stress Test. March 2016. Elon Musk walks on stage. No car to test drive, just a concept and a promise. $35,000 base price, 215 miles of range, deliveries late 2017. Then he said, "You can reserve one for $1,000. Result: over 180,000 deposits in 24 hours, 400,000 in 2 weeks. That was not a launch. That was a test. Tesla asked potential customers the only question that matters. Will you give me money before the product exists? Traditional auto companies test with clinics. Tesla tested with credit cards. Compare that to Faraday Future or Fisker. Big reveals. Lots of hype. Zero deposits. You do not have product market fit until strangers give you money. HES 2. The production hell public beta. When Model 3 production started, it was messy. Elon slept at the factory. The press called it a disaster. But Tesla turned early customers into co-developers. Those first buyers knew they were beta testers. They reported bugs. They tweeted issues. Tesla pushed over-the-air updates weekly. Most companies hide flaws. Tesla made flaws part of the story. You are not just buying a car. You are joining the mission. That turned customers into a test lab and a marketing team. Ford would never ship an F-150 with panel gaps. Tesla shipped Model 3s with panel gaps and a software roadmap. Different customer, different tolerance, different test. Your turn. The 2 questions to ask this week. If you are building something new, an app, a catering service, a tutoring business, steal these from Tesla. 1. What signal are my potential customers already sending with their money or time? Not what they say, what they do. Tao. How can I get a deposit before I build? Pre-orders, wait lists, paid pilots. If no one pays now, they will not pay later. In Part 2, we will break down all 8 principles Tesla used to identify and test with potential customers. We will compare each one to mistakes Toyota, Apple, and BlackBerry made. And we will give you worksheets you can use even if you are unemployed and building from a library computer. Part 3 will cover the 3 biggest mistakes companies make, plus lessons learned you can teach in any entrepreneurship class. For now, here is my ask. 5 this made you rethink who your real customer is. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Next week, we drop Part 2 with the full 8 principle breakdown and the story of how Tesla almost bet the company on the wrong customer, and how they course-corrected in 48 hours. Comment Part 2 and tell me, who do you think your potential customer is, and who might they actually be? Title: The Playbook, Tesla, Hid in Plain Sight. How the Model 3 Found Its People. You have made it to Part 2. In Part 1 we learned Tesla did not hunt for EV buyers. They hunted for future buyers. And they tested with deposits, not opinions. Now we go deeper. Below are the 8 principles Tesla used to identify the Model 3 potential customer and test the product on them. For each one, we will look at what Tesla did, how other companies usually do it wrong, and the lesson you can use today, whether you are building from your kitchen table or a workforce center. No tables, no jargon, just the moves. Part 2. 8 Tesla Principles, explained one by one. Principle 1. Chase identity, not demographics. What Tesla did. Tesla built the Model 3 for the person who wants to say, I buy the future early. That identity came first. Age, income, and job title came second. The Roadster and Model S already proved there were people who wanted to be seen as tech-forward and climate-aware, but they refused to drive a slow, weird car. The Model 3 was for the person who wanted that same identity without the $80,000 price tag. How other companies miss it. Nissan designed the Leaf for environmentally conscious commuters. Chevy aimed the Volt at pragmatic hybrid intenders. Both are demographics. Both sound like a Corey. Those cars told the buyer, you care about the planet more than you care about yourself. Most people will not pay to be a martyr. How Tesla tested it. They watched what people shared. Model 3 buyers posted videos, gave test rides, and added zero-emissions license plate frames. The car had features that signaled identity, a giant screen, instant acceleration, Easter eggs like fart mode. Those were not gimmicks. They were identity tests. If buyers did not show off the car, Tesla would know they missed. Lesson for you. Before you build, finish this sentence for your customer. When I use this, I am the kind of person who girl. If the blank is empty or boring, rethink the product. A tutoring service is not selling hours. It is selling, I am a parent who invests in my kid's future. Principle 2. Use price as a filter, not a lure. What Tesla did. The $35,000 base price was famous. But the $1,000 reservation was the real genius. That deposit was not revenue. It was a filter. It asked, are you serious enough to risk money on a promise? Tesla did not need your credit score. Your willingness to wire $1,000 was the test. How other companies miss it. Fisker announced low prices and big promises, and discounted fast when sales lagged. Discounts attract bargain hunters. Bargain hunters leave for the next discount. GM ran Bolt leases for $99 a month. They got compliance buyers who did not tell friends about the car. A low price without a filter gives you the wrong data. How Tesla tested it. The long wait was part of the test. Production hell. Some buyers waited over a year. The people who stayed were not just customers. They were believers. The cancellations were useful too. They showed Tesla who was not the core customer. Lesson for you. Can you get 10 strangers to prepay, pre-commit time, or join a waitlist before you build? If the answer is no, you do not have a customer yet. You have an idea. A filter saves you months. Principle 3. Sell the mission, let the product prove it. What Tesla did. Elon Musk never led with best sedan. He led with accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. Model 3 buyers were not just buying transport. They were buying a part in a larger story. Then the product had to earn that story every day with superchargers, over-the-air updates, and performance that beat gas cars. How other companies miss it. Toyota sells reliability. It is true and it is safe, but it is not a mission. BlackBerry sold security when the culture wanted iPhone. The mission was outdated, so the product felt outdated even when the keyboard was excellent. How Tesla tested it. Tesla opened its patents. It built the supercharger network before the Model 3 even existed. Each move tested one question. Do customers value being part of a mission more than they value short-term convenience? The reservation numbers said yes. Lesson for you. Write your mission in one sentence. Then ask, if my company disappeared tomorrow, what important change stops? If nothing stops, you are selling a commodity. Missions attract partners, press, and early adopters who forgive early flaws. Principle 4. Turn early customers into your R&D team. What Tesla did. The first year of Model 3 was a public beta. There were panel gaps. There was phantom braking. There were UI quirks. Tesla did not hide it. They logged data from the entire fleet, took feedback from owners, and shipped software updates every few weeks. The car improved in your driveway while you slept. How other companies miss it. Traditional automakers spend 3 years testing in secret, then freeze the design. If a flaw appears, you wait for the next model year or a recall. Apple tests in secret labs. If you hate the keyboard, you live with it until the next laptop. The customer is not part of R&D. The customer is the audience. How Tesla tested it. Release notes became marketing. Your car got faster this week. You now have dash cam. Each update was a test. Does this make owners more loyal? Do they tell friends? The data came back instantly from the fleet. Lesson for you. Launch to a small group who knows it is early. Give them a direct way to talk to you. Fix things in public. Your first 10 users are your quality team. Pay them with access, recognition, and visible improvements, not with cash you do not have. Principle 5. Build scarcity into the test. What Tesla did, the reservation queue, the long wait times, and the limited initial configurations were not all supply chain problems. They were strategy. Scarcity tested patience and desire. It also created content. People posted Day 214, waiting for VIN, and meant it as a badge of honor. How other companies miss it. Faraday Future promised unlimited production from day one. No tension, no line, no story. When delays happened anyway, it looked like failure. With Tesla, delays looked like demand. The same reality, framed two different ways, because one company planned for scarcity and the other did not. How Tesla tested it. Tesla released configurations in waves. Long-range rear-wheel drive first, then dual motor, then performance. Each wave tested a new segment's willingness to pay and wait. That is data you cannot get from a survey. Lesson for you. Do not launch to everyone. Launch to a capped waitlist. Scarcity tells you who really wants it. It also buys you time to fix problems before scale breaks you. Principle 6. Ignore the loud no. Listen to the quiet yes. What Tesla did. The loud no was everywhere. AutoPress said, panel gaps. Short sellers said bankrupt. Social media said, no knobs, no buy. Tesla did not fight every argument. They watched the quiet yes. Credit cards on file, referral codes used, superchargers busy at midnight, autopilot miles logged. How other companies miss it. Ford killed the electric Ranger in the 90s after clinics said, range anxiety. They listened to the loud no in room. BlackBerry kept the physical keyboard because power users demanded it in meetings. They missed the quiet yes of millions choosing glass screens in stores. How Tesla tested it. The car itself voted. Tesla could see what % of drivers turned off a feature. If a lot of people disabled it, the feature got reworked. No focus group needed. Behavior beat opinion. Lesson for you. Stop asking, would you buy this? Start measuring, did you use this? Track what people do when you are not in the room. That is your truth. Principle 7. Make the product its own salesman. What Tesla did. No TV ads. No dealerships. The Model 3 sold itself. Instant torque at a green light made passengers say, whoa, what is this? The huge center screen made valets take photos. Autopilot on the highway made coworkers ask for rides. Tesla's test was simple. Can the product create its next customer without us? How other companies miss it. Chevy spent millions advertising the Bolt. But the Bolt looked like a normal hatchback. It caused zero parking lot conversations. If your product does not start a conversation, you do not have a test channel. You have a marketing bill. How Tesla tested it. Referral program turned owners into a sales force. Free supercharging miles for each referral. The tested two things at once. 1. Is the car good enough that you will risk your reputation to recommend it? 2. Who is in your customer's network? That is goal for identifying the next customer. Lesson for you. Name one feature of your product that makes a stranger ask about it. If you cannot, you are not ready to test. Add something remarkable, even if it is small. Remarkable gets remarked upon. Principle 8. Test the whole system, not just the thing what Tesla did. The Model 3 was never just a car. It was car plus supercharger network, plus mobile service, plus phone app, plus software updates. Tesla tested the system. A cheap electric car with nowhere to charge is a golf cart. A cheap electric car with coast-to-coast charging is a revolution. How other companies miss it. Nissan sold the early Leaf without a real charging network. Buyers loved the car and felt stranded on road trips. The product was fine. The system failed. Segway built a brilliant device but had no system for where to ride it legally. Cities banned it. System failure beats product success every time. How Tesla tested it. Tesla rolled out mobile service vans before Model 3 volume hit. They tested whether customers valued "we come to you" more than free coffee at the dealer. They did. So Tesla scaled vans, not showrooms. Lesson for you. List the 5 things that must be true for your customer to win with your product. Then test the weakest link first. If you are starting a meal prep service, your system is cooking plus packaging plus delivery, plus reheating instructions plus payment. If delivery fails, the food does not matter. Test delivery with 10 families before you build a kitchen. How this applies to you. This week, pick one principle and run a 7-day test. If you choose price as a filter, post your idea and ask for $5 deposits to join a founding user group. If nobody pays, you just saved 6 months of building the wrong thing. If you choose, make the product its own salesman. Add one feature that makes users show someone else. Then watch. In Part 3, we will cover the 3 biggest mistakes companies make when they try to copy Tesla. We will also share lessons learned and a 1-page customer test canvas you can use at the library, in a classroom, or at your kitchen table. If Part 2 gave you a new way to see your customer, subscribe to the YouTube channel right now. Comment PRATRIATIGREIGREIGREIGREI. I read every comment and I will feature the best real-world tests in the next video. Title: The 3 Traps That Kill Great Products, and How Tesla Avoid Them, with the Model 3. This is Part 3. In Part 1, we learned Tesla found future buyers, not EV buyers. In Part 2, we broke down the 8 principles they used to identify and test on those people. Now we talk about where most companies crash, because knowing what Tesla did right is only half the story. You also need to know what to not do. If you are an entrepreneur, unemployed, underemployed, or on Social Security trying to build something real, this part is your guardrail. We will cover the 3 biggest mistakes other companies make when they try to copy Tesla's Model 3 playbook. Then we will end with the lessons learned you can use tomorrow, plus a 1-page customer test canvas you can draw on a napkin. Let us go. Part 3. 3 deadly mistakes and the lessons Tesla teaches instead. Mistake 1. They test opinions, not behavior. What other companies do? They run focus groups. They ask, would you buy an electric car for $35,000 with 200 miles of range? People say yes to be polite. They say yes because it sounds good in a room with free sandwiches. Then the company spends 3 years and $300 million building that car. Launch day comes, and the same people do not buy. Why? Because saying yes is free. Buying is not. How it looked with competitors. GM clinics loved the Volt concept. The math made sense. On paper, range anxiety solved was a winner. In real life, the Volt was a complicated story to tell. Nissan S-Leaf clinics said range was fine for commuting, but owners found winter cut range by a third and public charging was a mess. The clinic did not test winter. The clinic did not test a broken charger. The clinic tested opinions. How Tesla did it different. Tesla did not ask. Tesla watched. The Model 3 test was, will you give me $1,000 today for a car you cannot drive for 2 years? 400,000 people said yes with their wallets. That is behavior. You cannot fake a credit card swipe. Later, Tesla watched fleet data. If drivers turned a feature off, it got fixed. No meeting needed. Lesson learned for you. Stop asking, would you? Start testing, will you? The smallest version is a pre-order, a paid waitlist, or a deposit for a pilot. If you teach, ask 5 parents to prepay $50 for a 4-week beta class. If nobody pays, your curriculum is not the problem. Your offer is, fix the offer before you build the course. Mistake 2. They optimize the product, but ignore the system. What other companies do? They build a better thing and assume the world will adjust. They think, if the specs are good, customers will figure out the rest. That is how you get a great electric car with nowhere to charge. That is how you get a great scooter that is illegal on sidewalks and scary on streets. The product gets an A. The system gets an F. Customers experience the average. How it looked with competitors. The early Nissan Leaf was a solid car for the price. But CHJD chargers were rare, slow, and often broken. New owners learned that road trips needed spreadsheets and backup plans. The car was not the problem. The system was. Same with BMW's i3. Carbon fiber, cool doors, great city car. But the range extender was confusing and charging was patchy. Owners loved the idea and hated the experience. How Tesla did it different. Tesla treated the supercharger network as part of the Model 3 launch, not an afterthought. They opened mobile service so you did not need a dealer. They shipped the phone app so you could preheat the cabin and check charging from bed. They built software updates so the car improved after you bought it. The test was never, is the car good? The test was, is the whole ownership loop good? If one piece failed, they knew from app reviews, service tickets, and Twitter. Lesson learned for you. Draw your customer's full journey. List every step from first hear about you to tell a friend 1 year later. Now circle the weakest step. Test that one first. If you are starting a resume service, the weakest step might be client actually sends the resume out. If they do not send it, your writing does not matter. Test by offering to hit submit with them on a Zoom call for the first 3 jobs. Fix the system, not just the document. Mistake 3. They confuse everyone with someone. What other companies do? They say, this is a mass market car, so we need to please everyone. To please everyone, they remove anything polarizing. No giant screen, because some people like buttons. No bold styling, because some people like bland. No strong mission, because some people just want a deal. The result is a product with no enemies and no fans. It is optimized for the middle, and the middle does not line up to buy. How it looked with competitors. The Chevy Bolt was sensible, safe, and forgettable. It offended no one. It excited no one. Toyota made the Prius Prime cautious. It was a better Prius, but the Prius buyer was already aging out, and the new buyer wanted a Tesla story. BlackBerry kept the keyboard to keep everyone happy. They ate someone who wanted a full screen. When you try to keep everyone, you keep no one. How Tesla did it different. The Model 3 was polarizing on purpose. No instrument cluster. All controls on a touchscreen. Minimalist interior. Strong autopilot claims. Those choices made some people angry. They also made other people fall in love. Tesla did not need everyone in year one. They needed someone to line up, post videos, and defend the car online. That someone became the sales force. Once the base was strong, the product gradually added features that widened the tent, but only after the core was locked in. Lesson learned for you. Pick your someone. Write their name. Give them a face. If you are unemployed and starting a dog walking service, do not market to dog owners. Market to nurses who work 12-hour shifts and feel guilty about their rescue dog. Speak only to them. Your first 10 customers should feel like the product was made in their image. The rest of the market will follow, or it will not. But cannot get to mass until you win a specific someone. Halif Folson's learned. You can use this week one. Behavior beats opinion. Get $1, an email, or a minute of time before you build. System beats thing. Map the whole journey and test weakest link first. 3. Someone beats everyone. Be loved by a few before you are liked by many. 4. Mission beats features. People forgive early flaws if they are part of a story they believe in. 5. Scarcity beats scale. A waitlist is data. A launch to everyone is chaos. 6. Updates beat perfection. Ship early to believers and improve in public. Your one-page customer test canvas. Draw 4 boxes on a sheet of paper. You can do this at the library. Box 1. Who is my someone? Describe one real human. Name, job. What keeps them up at night? Box 2. What behavior can I test in 7 days? Pre-order, deposit, waitlist, paid pilot, public beta. Pick one. Box 3. What is the weakest step in my system? List the full journey, circle the riskiest part, and design a test for just that. Box 4. What will make them tell a friend? Name the one remarkable moment. If you do not have one, create it. If you can fill all 4 boxes and run the test this week, you are already doing what most funded startups fail to do. Model 3 versus the world. The final comparison. When the Model 3 launched, critics said it would fail because it was too different. No buttons, no dealers, no ads, no patience for the way it is always done. Meanwhile, the safe competitors did everything right on paper. They had clinics, they had dealer networks, they had marketing budgets, and they had products that people respected but did not desire. Tesla bet that desire, identity, and system mattered more than consensus. The market answered, that is the test that matters. You will not have Tesla's budget. You do not need it. You have something Tesla did not have in 2003. The proof that these 8 principles work. You can run the same tests with a phone and a free Google form. Your next step. This 3-part series was built for you, the entrepreneur, the unemployed, the underemployed, and anyone on social security, ready to ideate a new product. If Part 1 gave you the hook and Part 2 gave you the playbook, Part 3 gave you the guardrails. Now here is my ask. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Next week,